I'm all messy this morning. I've got like calcium powder all over my shirt. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy full moon. Happy eclipse season. So great. How's everybody feeling? The cats are playing outside. Hi, Emily. Hello, hello. All right. Here. Emotions are all over the place. Yeah, this has been a rough week for people, with the feels, with the energy, with all the things. It's been a time. So, but I mean, like when it hasn't it been a time, so like there's that. But I think Aries season is going to give us some much needed fire to kind of dry out the Piscean aftermath, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. Heavy emphasis also right now, on relationships, right? On your habits, on things that um, might be in need of a shift or some sort of change, right? So I'm going to be mindful of time because I have an 11 o'clock, but I just wanted to let you guys know that enrollment is open now for the next Normalized Magic workshop. And as I've said a few times now already, there is no charge to join the workshop now. We are capping at 15, so I haven't checked this morning to see where we're at, but we might be close. But if you feel like that would be something that would be beneficial for you to be part of literally the best group around, come join us. We go for 12 weeks at a time and then open enrollment again. So there's that. And it's completely donation based. And we're going to be meeting twice a month now as opposed to every week. And if there's something also that you want to share in group, like if you want to do meditations, lead a specific discussion, whatever it is, I'm very open to that as well, to more collaborative group experience. So I'm excited for that. We kick off again on the 26th. Enrollment is open until the 19th. So a few more days. All right. So for today's Coffee and Magic, if you're new, I'm going to give you 3 things and you choose the thing that feels most aligned with you right now. And maybe you want to ask a question for yourself, like what this applies to. For me, I'm going to be just kind of tapping into this next portal for the 2 weeks that we're in this eclipse portal. And just like, what's the vibes? What do I need to know about the next 2 weeks? That's what I'm doing for me. So you choose what you're doing for you. And your 3 things are going to be planets. We're going to do Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. So Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. Which I think are interesting choices, right? Because transit-wise, those are 3 planets that have longer transits than the others, right? Like Jupiter is generational. I think Pluto is generational. So these are the slower turning planets of our system. Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. Like deeply need to hydrate. Your girl had one too many last night. When you like have a drink and like when you taste it, you're like, I can see that this is going to be something that impacts me later. And because like I'm like vintage now, and we don't do hangovers great. Like we do 2 drinks, not 3. You know what I mean? And I know that. But sometimes, even though you know things, you just got to check the boundary. You know what I mean? and I've been checked, so I will know it for a little while now. It's totally fine. Oh, all 3 planets for you, huh? So again, Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. Yeah, I'm trying not to call myself old anymore because, like, I don't even know what that means. We're not our mother's 40-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? So, Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn are your options this morning. Hello. Hi, baby cat. What are you doing? Yeah, just a little while. I always gotta check. You never know when things change if you don't check them. So Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. Tell me when you're ready for Pluto. Tell me when you're ready for Pluto. Well, that's a cool name, Quantum Peeper. Okay, so again, if you're just joining us, your choices for this morning are Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn, and I have Pluto right here. So we have the spider, the Grail Knight, and the cow. So spider, Grail Knight, and the cow. This is your Pluto. So the story here is when the Grail Knight comes in, actually Grail Knight is like big Pisces energy. Okay, it's all about romance, the illusion, seeking the sacred, like going off on a quest, and like we very intangible. What are we doing? What are we going for? Like it doesn't matter. It's like mystical, magical, all those things. When you have the Grail Knight and the spider together, that kind of tells me that you are on a bit of a quest right now, right? So maybe if we're tapping into the 2 weeks that are upcoming for us in this eclipse portal, remember, eclipse portals are not really the time to manifest new things, but with the Grail Knight and the spider working together, this is kind of like an autopilot of creative energy. It feels like something is welling up inside of you and you are like gearing up for an adventure quest. Is what it feels like to me. Now you also have, I'm sorry, like my eyelashes are in my eyes. Ugh. You also have the cow. And the cow is all about, we actually talked about this in workshop, didn't we? It's all about that figure 8 shape of both giving and receiving. So it's really asking you to check that function because as this adventure gears up, you're going to have to allow your cup to be filled and fill cups. But if you're only filling cups and never allowing your cup to be filled, you're not going to have anything left to fill cups with, right? It's just the math of the situation. So make sure that as much as you are giving, you also have systems set up to receive. Okay, so that is your Pluto message. Hi, Suzette. Your choices this morning are Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. We're tapping in to the next 2 weeks being in the eclipse portal. We just did Pluto, so the next one will be Jupiter. Is anybody a Tori Amos fan? Because I really love that song she has, Hey Jupiter. And every time I say Jupiter or Jupiter pops up, I think of that song. I like drove my parents completely insane with Tori Amos when I was a teenager because I would always have one of the CDs in the car to play between like, wherever they were taking me. And they hated her. Like they're like, what is this sound? And I was like, it's the sound of emotion. Ah, little earthquakes. And I still feel just that way. I still feel just that way. All right. Here comes Jupiter. Oh, tell me when you're ready. Okay, so this is Jupiter. Your choice is again Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. You missed Pluto and you feel like, well, that was probably for me. You just watch it when the replay hits after I sign off. So for Pluto, for Jupiter, we have fear, the swan, and the king. Fear, the swan, and the king. So this story is pretty interesting. And there's a message to you in it that's like more of a statement. It's like, don't be scared of your own power, right? Um, and however that hits for you. When I tell you, don't be scared of your own power, don't be scared of your own bigness, don't be afraid of how much you are, right? Of your too muchness. Most of us, we're drawn to each other on this corner of the interwebs who probably are people who have been told at one point or another that we're a little too much something, right? We're just too much, too emotional, too dreamy, too wild, too something, or not enough of something else, right? Just always quite not kind of missing the mark, right? But as you have evolved in your understanding of the world around you, you realize that the metrics are the ones that are fucked, right? If you are not meeting societal metrics, you're probably just very interesting, fun to be around, and not an asshole at this point. So we don't have to worry about those things anymore. You don't have to be scared of the things you're interested in and how good you are at them and how much power you wield in these spaces. It's just who you are, right? In fact, the fear that is coming up as you step into the self that you've always actually been, that fear is just leftover residue of conditioning. So it's okay. Feel that fear, understand why it's there, but don't let it dim your light. Don't let it make you be smaller because the bigger and the louder you are with your own authenticity, the easier it is for the rest of us to find you. You know what I mean? If you're just masking like a normie, how are we supposed to find each other? Like, don't do that anymore, right? Because we would like communities around us where we don't have to mask up to participate, to play, to connect, right? We just want our my authentic self wants to play with your authentic self because when they play together, it's easy and it's fun, right? And we create things together. So don't do that. Don't be afraid of exactly who you are. But when you are afraid of it, it's okay. There's a reason why, but don't let it control you. Okay? So that is your Jupiter. I love that message. Love that message. Okay. And then our last one's going to be Saturn. Yeah, if you chose all three, so far we're getting like different messages for each one, but very interesting. Oh my God. Tell me when you're ready for Saturn. Uh, oh my God. Also, when I show you these cards, you're going to have to tell me if we got this exact same pull recently because it looks super familiar to me. They're buddies. They're playing on the outside cat tree together or whatever that is. Ooh, what an angle, baby cat. All right, back to our show. So here it is. Butterfly, letting go, and the death card. Like, damn, if I haven't given you this message before, right? It writes itself, but just for funsies, we'll say it again. Um, please, please let go of the dead thing that you've been carrying around. Drop the dead thing. You know, like when your dog, you're on a walk and your dog just like hoovers onto something disgusting, like a cat poop or some collection of bones or feathers or something, and you're like, drop it, drop it. In this scenario, you're the dog. So drop it because it's dead and gross. Um, and then when on the other side of that, it's good. Okay. Do like I need to elaborate more? I just feel like I've said this a lot, but like I feel like this one was really simple. It's like drop it, and that kind of a and that kind of a tone because I'm serious. And it's eclipse season now, so like maybe do that now, like immediately, so that you can kind of go through the next energetic cycle without that dead thing in your mouth, and then see how amazing it feels on the other side. Ta-da! We did it. Some of you did not do it. Drop it. All right. Well, best of luck to us all. I will be back next Friday. So we'll have a mid eclipse check in, which is always helpful, right? And again, if you would like to join us for the next round of Normalized Magic Workshop, which will launch on the 26th, enrollment is open now on my website, sarahwithbeachamala.com. It's free to join, donation based. So we'd love to have you. If you go to sign up and you cannot sign up, just send me a message and I'll put you on the wait list because I am capping at 15. Okay? I love you. Have an excellent weekend. Be easy if you're St. Patricking for whatever reason. And remember what your body knows to be true or don't, and test your boundary and find out on the other side. Either way, it's great. I love you guys. Mwah! Bye.